right. Thank you, Feudal Pig, for the theme song. Um, before we get started, before we get too far into it, please like and subscribe on whatever format you're watching.
Yes.
Don't forget the YouTube memberships. We've got 3 tiers starting as little as 99 cents a month. We say that again for the people in the back. As low as 99 cents a month. 99 cents a month. 3 tiers. We love whatever support you can give us. Yeah. So, how you doing, brother?
Oh, it's already been a morning.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Had some good laughs, had a couple tears, and it's been interesting to say the least. But I want to try something real quick. I saw Jay do this a couple times throughout the week. So, hey. Okay, I guess it only works for Jay. We ain't going to get the music to come back on. Fuck it.
All right.
How are you doing this week?
Not bad. It's been a decent week. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
So, nerd shit.
Nerd shit. Yep. This is our monthly recap. I enjoyed it quite a bit last time we did this. It kind of felt like all of our conversations just accumulated into one show. So let's go ahead and let's start with the biggest thing that's kind of come out over the last month. 2k25.
Yes. I did not get 24.
I don't blame you.
I will definitely get... Well, Richard, I will be definitely getting 2K25 pretty soon after it drops. 100%. I might pre-order it because you get the Wyatt 6 shit when you pre-order it.
But here's the thing about that. Typically after like 60 days or some shit like that, they put the pre-order bonus out there, and it's usually like $10 extra. And if you catch it on a good sale, you could probably get it for half price anyway. I'm just going to pre-order it just because fuck it, I want to play it. Mm-hmm. It looks fucking amazing, and I'm not going to wait until October to fucking buy it this year. Well, to be fair, if it wasn't for the fact they had like the 40 years of WrestleMania edition for like $40 on a Black Friday sale, I wouldn't have fucking got it.
Yeah.
But because they did, I ran through it like fucking half.
Yeah.
Did the MyRise, did the general manager mode, which is still my favorite thing to do, is go out and book shows. My universe is typically the same thing. I made dark chords with nothing but crossroads variations.
Nice.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I figured you would. I even gave you the original crossroads. Like, yeah. That's your finish. It's just the crossroads.
Just the crossroads.
On top of everything else, crossroads everywhere.
Every move's a crossroads.
And to really fuck with him, he got springboard cutters. He got handspring cutters. He got every variation of a cutter but the standing cutter.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck you.
Jesus Christ. It's like lucha chords.
Well, to be fair, you named all the variation of cutters and shit that bothers you. So I was like, I'm fucking adding that. You had the UFO cutter. You had the dragon twist cutter. You got the handspring cutter. You got Cody cutter 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well,
at least I didn't give you the buckshot.
Give it to me. Why not?
I'm not touching 2K24 again. Like, I've already took it off my system. I got the space ready for 2K25 to come in. So no more wrestling games until that happens.
I guess in the next couple of months, look out for lucha chords on your CW create a wrestler.
No.
Marketplace.
When it comes to 2K25, I'm gonna, unless I can like bring them in from previous games, like I would obviously bring them back in from 2K23 because those were like
those
the
were
very definition of perfect as far as TFK is concerned.
Yeah.
But if not, then I'm gonna spend about 2-3 days per character between just the appearances, because these fucking masks are not fucking easy to put on that game at all. His was fuck me. That was, I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. But luckily this year, hopefully it'll be a little bit different. They have more advanced tools for us to do the editing. So
Yeah. So, but in all seriousness, we'll let you know. You can find the TFK members on the Creator. What is it? Creator was the website.
Community creations.
Yeah, community
and I usually keep it easy. You can look up the hashtags TFK or HSP or shit like that, and they're pretty easy to find.
Very nice.
Other than that,
very nice, very nice. So tell us about. I don't know if you need to bring them up, but tell us about like the new, like what features are in the game.
The biggest feature is the Island of Relevancy mode, which is like a free roam kind of game mode that they do similar to NBA 2K.
Okay.
They haven't really put too much out there as far as what it is, but just the fact that it's more of a free roaming, open sandbox kind of thing where you can do certain missions to increase your CAWs, create a wrestler, so to speak. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's going to be integrated into it, because the Island of Relevancy, they've put a lot of work into this one, so it's only on the next gen. Well, current gen. It's only on the PS5, the PC, and the Xbox Series S/X. So PS4, Xbox One, if you're looking for that shit, it's 2025 at this point. Y'all need to upgrade. The PlayStation 5's been out since 2019. I understand the whole thing with, COVID and the shortage and shit. But I went to Target and Walmart yesterday, and both of them had PS5s and Xbox S's and X's in abundance. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason other than the fact it's still like $500 fucking dollars, which
is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. But even then, you got places you can do like rent to own things where you can do like $100 a month or something like that. Up to you. But yeah, if you have PS4, if you have Xbox One, it's time to upgrade. Trust me, it's, at least for the PS5. I can't speak on the Xbox because I haven't had one since Xbox One. Excuse me. But the PS5 alone, just upgrading that shit is fucking phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. And the fact they're pulling a lot of retro PS1 and PS2 games over into that library now, it's fucking great. I can't complain. But back to the Island of Relevancy. What are you expecting versus?
Well, I kind of, I'm into the Yakuza games, and a lot of those games are kind of open world. Mm-hmm. So if it's anything like that, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't know if there's gonna be like missions to carry out.
There's probably gonna be like, you go to a certain area, you gotta face the Usos in a tag team match, go find you a tag team partner, increases some stats, or you unlock some double team moves or some shit like that. If that's the case, I'm all for it. I'm ready to fucking grind into a game like that. I've been waiting for something like that to happen for a long time now. Because we talked about it last month, where my favorite wrestling game is SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, because it has that. It has at least where you can go around the arena, go around to different pieces of it, go out to the stage, and you can do various different things to branch off your story arc. Like I said last month, I did 8 years straight in the game, 8 years straight on season mode, and I only replayed like 2 of the branch offs because you had to. Other than that, I never did the same story twice. I never did the same storyline. I never did the same gimmick twice. So I'm hoping they kind of pull from that. Not saying it is, because this is the first year they're doing this, so there's probably going to be some bugs, obviously, some fuck ups. There's obviously going to be some kind of, limitation, a glass ceiling, so to speak. But I'm all for it. I'm ready for it. And if they can somehow include like the MyRise, the career mode into this, they can also bring in like the showcase mode, where I think this year they're doing like from Yokozuna all the way to Roman Reigns, like the most significant parts of the Anoa'i family's history. I'm fucking for it. If they can just put it all in the island mode, I'm good for it. We've been seeing some releases for various new superstars. One of them that I saw and they hit him fucking spot on was fucking Jacob Fatu, man.
Oh, really?
Dude, I'll have to send it to you because I think Smack Talks put it out. But dude, just his entrance, his facials. I swear to God, you know how most years they just have one guy do like all the new entrances and they just do the best. I think they got Jacob to do his own fucking entrance.
Nice.
Like it was fucking spot
Does he
on.
do the whole wiggle thing?
No, this was before he did the wiggle thing. This is like debut first couple months kind of Jacob Fatu thing.
Gotcha.
But dude, the facials, the animation, everything was just crisp. Fucking crisp. I can't wait.
Very nice. Very nice. So what else do they have on it?
Let me see. Let me get it down. Bloodlines Dynasty, which is the showcase mode. I'll read it off real quick. It's hosted by Paul Heyman. Celebrates one of the most iconic family dynasties, the Bloodline, featuring Roman, the Mark Man himself, Dwayne Johnson, Yokozuna, Jacob Fatu, the Usos. Relive historic showdowns or flip the script and change the outcome of select matchups. So that's interesting. Most showcase modes, you basically got to reenact the match itself. One of them that really aggravated me over the years was Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat. And if you didn't hit a reversal right at the right time, you had to start the whole thing fucking over. And it's like right there towards the end.
Yeah.
The WrestleMania 3 finish that we always talk about, the scoop slam into the small package. If you don't hit the reverse button in time, he hits the fucking body slam, he does the fucking elbow drop, and you got to start the whole fucking match over. And it's like a fucking 15-minute grind.
Jesus.
It really fucking is. So the fact that you can flip-flop it where you want to go to the original finish or you want to see the what if, I'm fucking great on that. Because what if we did have the 30 years of WrestleMania thing again of Undertaker, and we go straight to the Brock Lesnar thing of...
Oh, no.
Okay. Ooh, titties. Anyway. Titties. Where we don't let Brock Lesnar beat the streak. That what if of, what comes next. I would be down for that. Maybe there is something similar to that this year, considering they do have a Deadman edition, which I'm a little underwhelmed with because a lot of these special editions go to that card game variation that they do on the fucking games now, where you can unlock different attires and whatnots. But if I remember correctly, this is the first year they're going to have the Phantom of the Opera version of the Undertaker, as well as the original 1990 debut Undertaker on this one. But you know how much of a mark I am from Mark. They need every variation of Taker in this, so they're going to do a Deadman edition.
Are they? Oh, they need to.
Yeah, they need to. So the original 90s Undertaker, fucking awesome. The 94 Undertaker that goes into the Phantom of the Opera, just take the mask off. Ministry Taker, Lord of Darkness Taker, American Badass Taker. Please, for the love of God, do not put Kid Rock shit on there. Just keep. And I'm not usually against the music, but I never could stand that version of his entrance music. Like you have so many that WWE owns.
Yeah.
And God bless them, they put you're going to pay on the games for fucking ever now, which is still my favorite Undertaker Badass theme. But I wouldn't be mad if you bought Limp Bizkit's Rolling for a fucking game. Just saying. So you got that. You got the 2004 return. You got him going back to the tights, and you got him going to the Super Shredder kind of gimmick at WrestleMania 28, 29, something like that. And then you got that final version where him and AJ Styles did the Boneyard match. Like, there's so many things, and they've said that there's going to be like 300 playable superstars in this one. So more than likely, maybe 180 of them actual fucking characters, and there's just different variations of them, which is fucking fine. But if that's the case, give me all the versions of Undertaker. Give me all the versions of Triple H. Give me all the versions of Kane. Even corporate Kane.
Yeah,
fuck no. I'll rename him Glenn Jacobs, and I'll put him with fucking Paul Heyman. I don't fucking. So some of the new features that are coming on this, and I'm so fucking happy I saw this. The return of chain wrestling.
Oh shit.
Yep, the mini game's coming back on that. The stamina meter is going to come into play heavy on this one this year. What they call the punch out feature. Basically come up from a double down, bam, 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 back and forth. They call that the punch out feature, which is okay, cool.
Whatever.
And hopefully it's not just a punch out thing. Hopefully, you know, if it fits the gimmick, say if Gunther's in it, he doesn't do the fucking punches. Maybe he does the chops. If it's more of a cruiserweight guy, maybe he goes into the forearm shivers than the punches. So hopefully they've worked that in there. Intergender matches are coming back on this one, which I don't really get why that's a thing that they're promoting. I get it's been out of the games for a couple years, but it's never been like, oh golly gee, they took out man versus woman. I'm not going to buy this game this year. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like if worse comes to worse, you make the dude look like a chick, you identify him as a fucking man, and there you go. So there's that.
We got a question in the chat.
What's up?
Hey Draven, how can I get your cap?
Oh, this cap, the Hill Shit Podcast cap, that will actually be available on the Teesprings coming soon. That is actually the premium membership only design that we have on there. It's currently on the T-shirts, but we will have the caps on there soon. Stay tuned for that. But if you need a cap now, if you go to the Streamlabs, we do have the TFK hats available at this time. So yeah, just keep a lookout for that. And as soon as we get that knotted down, so to speak, we'll reach out to you and let you know. So, MyGM, my favorite of all time. I've loved General Manager mode since it came out in 2006. I was pissed off when they took it out in 08, 09. Brought it back the past couple years. Not without its faults, but every year they build on it and it becomes something better. And 25, and I'm just going to read the outtake to it for my general manager. Take your show on the road and challenge friends worldwide. So now it's an online thing. So say if we want to stream it, I'm sick or you're sick, and we do something on Twitch or some shit, we can just link up. Hopefully it's still cross-platformed where, you know, you do your week, I do my week, something like that. Draft WWE superstars and legends to your weekly shows and lead the brands. I already know all about that. The good thing about my general manager that they started in 23 is they allowed you to import your customs in. So for me, when I was 23, I did WCW, but I did a rebrand where I got a couple of legends, but I like built my own roster of what I call independent talents on the community creations. I had like 25 guys. And the good thing about them is they start low unless you build them up on your actual game. So Draven was about the only one that was like of high monetary value. Ooh, more titties. Anyway, you can't pull them up and expect me not to say titties.
It's not titties.
That's titties. Titties and beer.
Continue. We don't have any titties.
You call me a cunt?
Yes, cunt. Continue. Yes.
You're a bitch. So if you're going that route and you're not getting a lot of like main names WWE games, you save a lot of fucking money. You build them up naturally on that, and of course, once their popularity gets so high, they want more money and shit. Like you have to play promoter and booker, and it's fucking great. 2K24, I didn't dive real deep into that. I just wanted to do a playthrough, so I did like mostly NXT guys on WCW, like
Gotcha.
low paying contracts. Of course, your boy. And, you know, because I can fucking flex on this. I got Roman Reigns in the first round of the fucking draft. So suck it, Paul Heyman. Because Paul Heyman was the guy I was playing against. He had ECW, I had WCW. So, yeah, looking forward to that. The PLEs, they're now going to be like multiple night things. So, say if you want to do WrestleMania 2 nights or fucking 5 nights, if you could fucking do it, you can do 5-night WrestleManias. You know, obviously the big 4 is cross promotion, but you get your brand only pay-per-views. So it works out. So before we get any of that, let's go ahead and take our first commercial break, pay a couple bills, and we'll get back into it.
All right. Well, we will be right back.
Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check us out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, the cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Draven, and Miner all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, but one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like, without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy.
I hate you.
How long has it been off?
I have no idea, but I've been talking loud.
What the fuck?
All good. Oh, okay. I see that. Yes.
How long has that been happening?
I don't know.
Why you motherfuckers ain't tell us that he wasn't
They
talking?
get tired of me talking so much. You know that, right?
All right, start over from the current feature you're talking about.
For the MyRise,
Yeah.
I'll give a gist because I don't want to go through the whole thing again. Basically, one congruent storyline with male and female. Whereas previous years you had a male and female thing, but they never came together. This is basically them coming together. All good on that shit. Basically, you're an NXT star. Main roster tried to come down and take over NXT. So it was like 2015, 2017 NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Goated NXT roster. And yeah, so here we are.
So you create a wrestler.
You create two. You create the male and you create the female, which obviously I would create us for the male thing. For the female, I'll probably just go to a community creation, find somebody that fucking did a banger fucking job and just run that.
I like to create them. I don't have a problem with it.
I do because it takes like 5 hours for me. It takes like 7 for you. And Rip, all I got to do is just put some long hair, put some fucking red hair dye into his shit and put a Puerto Rican flag on him. And, you know, like 3.5 hours in. He's had basic gear. I mean,
Right.
Up until recently when he's got his new TFK tights, his has always just been like man panties, kick pads, put the mask on, put the robe on. And I'm good. Now it's going to be a little more time consuming, especially since most of us got new fucking gear this year. Hashtag dark horse for man panties.
Shit. There's not a fucking chance you're ever going to see me with tiny tights out there. Not a fucking chance.
So they go up to your belly button?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Come on.
Sorry, dog.
They're comfortable.
I don't give a fuck.
I washed them.
Mine's comfortable too.
You wear a fucking jumpsuit. At least let's get a logo put on that son of a bitch.
We can do that.
Like a big saw blade logo on the back.
Yeah.
That'd actually be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll put the faces on your ass.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with you guys near my ass.
We're not going to your ass. We're going to put them on there before your ass. Like, we're not going to be like, hey, Dark, put these on real quick.
Bend over.
Rip's kind of fucked up right now, but he's going to stitch this on. So I just need you to stay calm and don't clench. Why are you clenching? Did you have black pepper in your pillow?
Shit.
You're clenching. Son of a bitch. All right. So let's move on to the roster real quick. And I'm just reading off the 2K site. 25 brings an unparalleled lineup of current superstars from Raw, SmackDown, NXT versus legends and WWE Hall of Famers. Over 300 playable characters that span multiple generations. And it names off current fucking roster people and The Undertaker. What?
Don't worry about it.
Titties. So, with this massive roster coming out, obviously you're not going to see Sting.
Yeah.
I hate to burst your bubble.
Oh,
We'll find you somebody on Community Creations.
There was no bubble to bust.
I mean, we'll find somebody on Community Creation that does a spot on Sting. They do it every year. Keep doing your thing. Fucking love you guys for that. But of people that are legitimately able to be in this game, Give me 3 that you really want to see in this game. Besides us.
Thank you, Dorothy. Let's see.
And it could be in the base game. It could be DLCs that could come out later on in the lifestyle. What you
The
feeling?
Godfather
Pretty sure he's been in a lot of the games.
with his hoe train.
I don't know about the hoe train part. Like, we'd have to make some hoes. But I know the past couple years he's been on there as Papa Shango and the Godfather. But he hasn't been the good father. Nobody wants to see that.
The right to censor.
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to hear that.
No. Let me see. Probably be old school. Like, if we're talking Samoan Dynasty, I'd love to see Jimmy Fly.
I don't know how they've. I'm trying to remember when he passed away, when all that shit with murder and his girlfriend happened. I can't remember the last game he was on versus when all that shit went down. So, not saying that's entirely impossible, but that's probably like a Chris Benoit situation right now.
Maybe so. Chris Benoit.
Dude, I'd fucking love it, but it ain't gonna happen.
I'd love to see the fucking Wolverine coming out there.
I mean, to be legitimate, they do have a lot of good creator wrestlers, but a lot of people still can't separate the art from the artist in that situation.
Right.
It took me a few years.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
And listening to how Kurt Angle was speaking on him on CBV the other day when I was listening to that podcast, he's had that same mindset. It took him a few years for him to separate the art that he made with Chris from the person that he was at the end. And he's made it clear. His best match ever was Royal Rumble with Chris Benoit.
Jeans and t-shirt, Dusty Rhodes.
Baby. Isn't Dusty in the last game?
I don't know, man, but I don't want to see polka dots and shit.
Well, I mean, they do have the feature where you can take like an actual WWE superstar and dress them how you want.
Well,
for God's sake, I was scrolling through Instagram this morning and somebody had a sick fucking mind and switched out Roman Reigns with Charlotte Flair. So Roman Reigns was dressed as Charlotte coming out with all that shit. It was fucking weird.
hold on a second. Dorothy, t-shirts. You can do a couple things. Link in the description to our Streamlabs store, or you can join the membership. There's a couple of membership tiers where you get all merch at cost.
Yes.
So check that out. It's a completely different merch store, and you get all that stuff at cost.
You know what? Since we're right here and she's wanting to know about the merch, let's go ahead and just run down the merch.
All right, let's talk about the merch.
So for the merch in the Streamlabs,
For life.
buy our shit. You son of a bitch. For the t-shirts, we have Heel Shit Podcast merchandise, obviously, on the Teespring. We also have our group, The Forbidden Kingdom, as well as some of our retro designs from when we work singles matches. Yes, we are professional wrestlers. You have the retro Dark Cords, retro Graven Grimes. We just put a new Dark Cords design out in the last month or so. Looks fucking awesome, as well as we have a new TFK design. And we may or may not be working on some new Draven Grimes and new HSP shit coming up.
Maybe.
But we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, I think we still got the swim shorts out there. But the one I'm most proud of is the Fuck Logan Paul shirt that you can get in a censored and the uncensored for ones that are brave enough to go out in public with the word fuck on their shirts. So yeah, definitely hit up the Streamlabs for that. And for our members only, if you're one of our lucky few, we do have a Teesprings account that also has other various Heel Shit merchandise at cost, as well as the members only design. Everything's relatively cheap. We still pay for our own merchandise right now until we get all that shit sorted out. So yeah, definitely check out all the merchandise. But if y'all have anything special y'all want, send it our way. We'll see what we can do about it, and we'll put it up.
Yep. And the membership tiers start at 99 cents a month, and you get all kinds of good shit. So, All right. Well, let's go ahead and hit our commercial, and then we'll come back and
I'll give my 3, and then we'll finish.
all right, sounds good.
Go.
All right. Thank you, Castel Vodka. And don't forget the Gully Rum.
Yeah, buddy.
The Gully Rum. What up, John? Good to see you.
Yo. So, what's so special about the Gully?
The Gully Rum is the only cherry vanilla rum on the market. You could drink it straight out the bottle. The beautiful thing is, even though it's flavored, it's still 80 proof. You ain't got none of this 65 proof bullshit like Cap Morgan. None of that 70 proof bullshit. That's straight 80 proof. Get you fucked up without even knowing it, and you won't have a hangover the next day.
160 fucking horsepower in that motherfucker.
That's
but
right.
Please drink responsibly. Be over 21. Be of legal consent. Don't be like us in the fucking 90s. Don't be stupid. Anyway, so you said The Godfather. Benoit's never gonna fucking happen.
No.
I don't think Jimmy Snuka's gonna happen. Give me one more.
It
It could be a tag team. It could be a faction. It could be a singles.
I want the late 80s, early 90s Steiner brothers.
A couple years back.
Did we?
I think so.
I don't
The year they went to the Hall of Fame, I think we got the 90 Steiners.
Well, then I want to see it again.
We probably will because they are under the legend contract. So for me, I'm going to do one faction. I want the Ministry of Darkness. And I'm talking old school Viscera. I'm talking Midian. I'm talking Bradshaw and Farouk. I'd be fucking dope. Be fucking dope. Probably don't see that happening, especially with the Viscera thing, because apparently his spouse has a quarrel with WWE, similar to how. The issue is when he passed away. At the time, they didn't acknowledge his fucking death on TV, even though they posted something on the internet. They didn't. Like,
That's a big deal, though. Like, they always, even non-WWE guys.
Well, something happened. Vince didn't allow it or whatever, and his spouse. You know how that goes. So I don't see Viscera doing it. I would love to, especially if we can get, like Mabel and Big Daddy V and the big sexy teddy bear Viscera when he fucking humped everybody.
Big sexy.
Yeah, well, sorry, Kevin. So I'd be good with that.
Hey, Dorothy, thank you so much.
For a tag team, it's probably never going to happen, but I'd like to see the Midnight Express finally get some shine.
Oh, yeah.
With or without Corny in there. So that would be that. And for me personally, and this would probably fall on a DLC kind of deal if it ever happens, I'd like to see a TNA DLC. Where you get like 3 or 4 of their current guys, but you get like 3 or 4 of the guys that are currently in WWE with like retro shit.
Okay.
Like a retro AJ Styles, you get a retro PD Williams, you get a fucking retro Abyss or some shit like that.
Has Abyss ever been in one of them?
In a WWE game?
Yeah.
No, because he only signed WWE
As a producer.
As a producer.
Yeah.
His only game of my knowledge is the TNA game, which he fucking hit that shit flawlessly. But as far as like current guys, Joe Hendry, Nick Nemeth would be fucking easy because they got all his shit still locked down. Brian Myers, they've got all the Kurt Hawkins shit still, so like basically his entire fucking moveset's in there as well. The Hardys are always a big thing on community creation, so fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
That would be where that's more of like a dream thing for a TNA DLC on a WWE game. But it might be possible because there are also, and this is kind of spoilers for coming Tuesday night because I want to talk about it, there are talks about Joe Hendry and John Cena working a pay-per-view.
Yeah. SML vibes for real. Yeah, Joe Hendry was there.
Mm-hmm. Number 15, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, had a nice little show.
Yep. Somebody said his name, and he appeared.
See, he wasn't supposed to be there, but I think I called that the week before. I was like, Joe Hendry's got to be in the fucking room.
Well, here's what happened, and I heard this story on Ariel Wani's podcast. He was supposed to go straight from the Rumble and fly to the Dominican Republic on the trip back on the Jericho cruise. But because of some paperwork, something about a visa not being in date, he missed that.
Mm.
So he did the backup plan with Ariel Wani's podcast. But he basically said, that's the first time I've missed a booking ever. I was like, well, I kind of feel bad for you, but I'm kind of glad you did miss it because I got this podcast to explain a lot of shit.
Yeah, no. Punk and Cena will probably happen. Remember, Cena's going to be at pretty much every pay-per-view or PLE this year, so he's kind of full-time. So I'd say Punk is a possibility. Hendry's a possibility. God, I hope Randy Orton is a possibility.
What if for Punk, they rerun Money in the Bank and they have Cena and Punk at Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Which we're going to get Punk out of this feud with Seth Rollins, which more likely is going to end at WrestleMania because they're working towards a 3-way at this point. Which, again, we'll talk about that on WIW this week.
Randy is still selling that fucking neck injury.
Yeah.
With that pile driver.
Yeah, see, with WWE, they actually protect moves. You can hit one pile driver and be out for fucking weeks at a time. I mean, it took Sammy out. He's quote unquote out indefinitely right now because of the package pile driver. Cody was out a couple weeks because of the package pile driver. Randy's still out.
I can't believe they made Cody wrestle on Friday. Yes, this past week after that Royal Rumble match. He was fucked up.
You know that was one of his calls.
I'm sure it was, but he was fucked up. He was probably more injured than Kevin was.
Yeah, but I don't think Kevin was really, faking any of that shit for Monday night. I think that was all like legit fucking pain.
Oh,
good fucking night. Like he looked like he fought a fucking bear and lost.
Yeah, no, but Cody, I mean, there were some disgusting bumps in that match.
Yeah. Fishman Buster off the fucking second rope, the Alabama Slam. The most devastating one was off the 3-foot Hornswoggle ladder.
Yes.
Goddamn.
The tadpole splash.
That was a bullfrog splash. Let's call that what it is.
Goddamn. Kevin's a big boy coming off that shit.
Yeah, but imagine if it was Kevin from Ring of Honor because he was like 70 pounds bigger.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people still mess with him on his weight, but you got to remember, he was like 330 pounds.
But he had some more muscle back then.
Yeah, but he also had like a more rigorous schedule to work too.
Right.